What comes to mind when you hear Microsoft? For many, it's the iconic sound of a computer booting up. This company has transformed homes and offices around the world. It dominated personal computing for decades. But here's the puzzling question. How did this empire fail to capture the mobile market? Why didn't smartphones run on Windows? This tale is not just about failure. It's a mix of hubris, internal strife, and costly errors. Join us as we uncover the story of Microsoft's missed mobile dream. To grasp Microsoft's failure, we must first appreciate its incredible success. Under Bill Gates, Microsoft achieved unparalleled dominance. Their aim was clear: conquer the desktop, and the world follows. And they certainly did. Windows became our go-to operating system. However, this success birthed a dangerous culture. Microsoft morphed into a fortress, solely focused on defending its Windows empire. Innovation wasn't judged on its brilliance, but through the narrow, suffocating lens of a single question: how does this serve the Windows empire? This intense focus was both their strength and their downfall. As the world evolved beyond desktops, Microsoft stood guard but missed the revolution brewing outside. Here lies the irony. Microsoft recognized the future long before many others. They had tablet technology years before the iPad. Their Pocket PC came long before the iPhone. They even crafted smartwatches over a decade earlier than the Apple Watch. So what happened? It all comes down to their internal culture. Their futuristic products struggled to blossom under the pressure to serve Windows. Their Pocket PCs were miniature, complicated versions of desktop Windows. The Zune, a decent iPod competitor, launched too late with little corporate support. Moreover, Microsoft's internal politics were toxic. Teams fought each other instead of collaborating. This stack ranking system created an environment of sabotage. Microsoft became an army divided and innovation suffered the consequences. When the iPhone launched in 2007, Microsoft's response was a case study in denial. CEO Steve Ballmer laughed at the iPhone's price. He dismissed it, thinking it lacked a keyboard for business users. What Microsoft failed to see was the iPhone's essence, its user-friendly software and the revolutionary App Store. A former engineer described Microsoft's approach like creating a general-purpose screw. They wanted Windows to fit every device, but that made it ineffective. In contrast, Apple created iOS specifically for phones and tablets, while Google developed Android. Microsoft tried to shrink its desktop OS for mobile, resulting in Windows Mobile, a slow and clunky experience that consumers rejected. By 2010, Microsoft had its wake-up call. They scrapped Windows Mobile for a new operating system, Windows Phone. With its vibrant, live tiles, it stood out against Apple and Android. It was a genuinely innovative product. This story intersects with Nokia's fate. Microsoft partnered with Nokia, hoping to revive both their fortunes. This was a desperate gamble for survival. But by this time, the battlefield had changed. It was no longer just about operating systems, it was about apps. Developers flocked to iOS and Android where users were found. The Windows Phone App Store lacked essential apps like YouTube and Snapchat. This created a vicious cycle. No users meant no apps, and no apps meant no users. The downfall was swift. The Nokia acquisition became a $7.6 billion debacle. This was one of the biggest corporate losses in history. Jobs were lost, and Steve Ballmer ultimately stepped down. Microsoft's mobile dream came to an end. Satya Nadella, Ballmer's replacement, made bold moves. He showcased an iPhone, exemplifying a shift to cloud-first, mobile-first. But mobile-first meant Microsoft software on rival platforms. He pivoted from defending Windows to fostering relationships with other systems. This strategic shift revitalized Microsoft and increased its value. Yet, it served as a quiet acknowledgement of failure. They had lost the war for mobile. Microsoft's journey illustrates a powerful lesson. Even the mightiest giants can fall if they resist change. Their survival didn't stem from victory but from humility and adaptation. Yet while Microsoft navigated these waters, another tech giant was sinking fast, a company that believed keyboards were the key. Join us for the next episode, The Rise and Fall of BlackBerry. Thank you for watching. If you found this intriguing, please share and subscribe to the Unscripted Show for more captivating stories.